Yo, what is up, guys? What is poppin'? We are here with ITL Week 1, and it's gonna be a pretty exciting game. We are facing our good friend Gypsy King, aka Dylan, aka coach of the Sydney Sharpedoes, and it's actually a rematch of last season's finals, kicking off season 7 of the ITL, so definitely pretty hype. Um, Gypsy is a good friend of mine, as I said. We pretty much talk mons every day, it seems that we definitely like know the other guys' builds and play style fairly well, so this should be a fun one. Um, Last season, I think I think I beat him in the regular season due to some wild hacks in my favor, but he managed to beat me in the finals, which was sad, but definitely was a good game. Anyway, we are here now with week 1, and yeah, Gypsy is a pretty threatening team, to be honest. He drafted some stuff that doesn't really look like a Gypsy team. My team looks pretty much more like it, like Gypsy would have drafted it, but he still has like some big threats on the squad, like as you see the Tapu Koko, Holucha core, which really fucks my team up. My Holucha answers are kinda limited, because I still have to use the mons that I drafted and not like the 3 mons that I picked up through free agency transactions. So I still have Caldio and Mega God of War in the squad, as you see. Um, and yeah, Holucha really fucks me up if I play around it badly. So we'll see how it goes. Alongside this, you see brought Slowking, the Bronzong, the Sneasel, and the Mega Diancie. It's pretty much what I expected to come, but I also could have seen stuff like Superior or Domanitan come versus me. Superior is a pretty big threat in my opinion to my squad, but I came prepared for it in my opinion. um, Domanitan, like I don't have a switch in that's not 2 KO by Life Orb or 2 KO by Life Orb or Bandit Domanitan, but I think with the squad I brought I was able to or would have been able to play around it, but anyway, this is what we brought here. Brought a nice Kelio max HP set with Substitute, Toxic, Protect, and Scald. It's pretty much a lure for his bulky waters, which are like Slowking, for example, is the one hard counter to my Celesteela. So if I can lure that thing with with the Toxic and then sub Protect Stall it, opens up my Celestia quite nicely. Also helps my Licky Licky because Licky Licky doesn't appreciate burns from Scouts. Also helps God of War because Slowking, I reckon it's gonna be an AV variant because Gypsy knows that God of War could run a Will-O-Wisp set with Wish Protect, and that will actually allow God of War to potentially beat a Bronzong with 1 versus 1. So he probably wants to have another answer here with the Slowking as an AV user. God of War is a hyper voice set, obviously. Wish Protect, and the last move is Healing Wish, which I hope comes in quite handy to maybe get HP back on my Nidoqueen if I need to counter to Coco again. Maybe HP on my Celesteela, so I always can come in on full versus Holucha, or like even Healing Wish back up my Hydreigon. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's max HP, max defense. God of War takes on Holucha decently. If he's unboosted, I think he still 2 KOs me after rocks, but without rocks he can't 2 KO me unless he gets the +2. So it's like a decent backup check. And it also avoids like a 2 KO from anything but Bandit Sneeze. Like Bandit Sneeze and 2 KOs with Icicle Crash after rocks, but only does 56 max. So it's not like Sneasel can just come in and revenge kill me that easy. So Licky Licky I won't go over the set because you have to reveal too much about the set during this game. So I'm definitely gonna keep that a secret. What I brought here because maybe we'll play in finals again. The Celesteela here mostly physically defensive variant, but still with enough speed depth to not be too killed by Mega Diancie HP Fire, for example, or by a +2 HP Fire from Surf unless it's Life Orb Surf. But it's still mostly physically defensive, so I think I only take like 75% from a +2 high jump pick from Holucha. Maybe 87, but I definitely live after rock, so if I can Healing Wish that thing back up, it's gonna be a nice counter to the Holucha, so That's pretty nice. Nidoqueen, it's air slash heavy slam, leech seed protect, obviously, like pretty standard set. Air slash I just need it for Holicha, but yeah, we'll see how, if I'm able to connect those. But next up we got Nidoqueen here, my dedicated Coco answer, even though it could run something like Z Nature's Madness, which would pretty much make my Nidoqueen useless. But it's overall a very solid check to some stuff um, like Diancie, like Coco, can come in on the Bronzong to set up rocks, um, and obviously chew a hit from Holucha. A mixed defensive, but I think mostly, mostly special defensive, I think. So I'm not too KO'd by a couple Coco HPIs. I got Ice Beam, Earth Power, Super Fang, and Stealth Rock. Super Fang just is nice for weakening Bronzong on the switcher, which I figured was his initial reply or initial answer to my Nidoqueen. So shipping that down would be nice. Would get rid of one of his normal resists for potentially a licky return or something to pick it off. We'll see how that goes. And lastly, I have a Scarf Hydreigon. I contemplated Scarf Decidueye in this spot because Scarf Decidueye can get some surprise chaos easier, but I didn't want a mon that is pursuit trapped by Sneasel and then becomes useless pretty much. Even though like Spirit Shackle versus this squad would have been very free, especially after rocks, I think Sneasel is too KO'd. But like if he runs Revitalize, obviously not. So Scarf Hydreigon it is, but it's a physical set this time with Crunch, U-Turn, Earthquake, and Draco Meteor. I think I'm running Lonely on this, just enough speed to creep Coco. Didn't really feel like creeping Darmanitan because Scarf Darmanitan isn't a set version in my opinion, so I figured I can afford a more bulkier, slower Scarf Hydra. Earthquake actually knocks out Coco and Diancie if they are uninvested after rocks, which is pretty wild. U-Turn does up to 50 versus Slowking to Oko Sneasel after rocks. Crunch, probably better than Dark Books against Bronzong because Bronzong looks to be more special defensive versus my squad because I have a guard, I have a Nidoqueen, I have a Celesteela that can put back to Fire Blast, so definitely see a more specially bulky thingy here. And if I'm able to potentially lure the Coco earlier, I get rid of his terrain, and that would force him to that wouldn't force it to anything, but that would make it that my Hydreigon could outspeed the Holucha because he would get his Electric Seed boost, Unburden boost, and I could revenge it with the Draco Meteor, for example. But we'll see how it goes. I decided to lead off with my Celesteela, predicting him to lead off with one of his replies to a to a Nidoqueen, so we'll see how that goes. Send on my boy Celesteela here, he leads Sneasel, which actually would have been a nice counter lead versus my Nidoqueen, so I don't get up rocks too early, even though I chew Acid Crash fairly easily, even if it's banded, I think. Whoops, I just spilled some water on my laptop. But anyway, he is kind of forced out by Celesteela unless he like really wants to get damage off on this thing to open up the doors for a Holucha sweep later in the game. He's pretty much like, I don't think Gypsy would throw away his Sneasel here, so I decided to click Leech Seed, which comes in handy, gives like some chip on the Slowking, even though it doesn't really matter. But I can go into my guard here, just to scout for Fire Blast potentially, but it just goes for Scout. I'm not forced to Mega Evolve in this league with Gardevoir. Like we only are forced to Mega Evolve turn 1 if the mon that Mega evolves changes typing, which is a rule that I implemented this season because I think it's kind of cool to like be able to, for example, keep a Diancie in regular form so it can be bulky and set up Carmine easier, for example. Same with Gardevoir, I can trace the Regenerator, so that could come in handy. On this turn, I expect him to either go for a coverage move for Gardevoir, mainly Shadow Ball, or maybe like Iron Tail if he has it. So I decided to make an aggressive double into my Hydreigon. If he scouts against not the end of the world, even though I don't want it to be burned, but if he like just scouts again, I get the leech back, which is like pretty much puts me back to full because looking at the strongest boy in the world. Looking at the damage, he is not heavily invested in special attack. He doesn't look to be modest so that's good to know. But I thought switch to my Hydra, expecting to either switch out into Zonga or just like go for coverage. Crits me with the Scald. I'm kind of unfortunate. It will come into play later. But now I have a very free U-turn because he doesn't want to sack his thing here. It goes hard into Coco. Had I clicked Earthquake there for big ball play, it would have been nice. I can't just U-turn out my Neo Queen. Get up Spell Rocks as he goes into Zong, and I can super fang it for some damage. Nice 50% as he sets up his rocks. His rocks as well. Like we exchanged rocks here for pretty much 50% on health on Bronze on Gone, which I definitely take. I'm not too concerned about rocks because most of my calcs are like with rocks up I avoid 2 chaos anyway, so I wasn't really worried about hazard control on my side, especially since Gypsy squad actually didn't have a spiker, so that would be nice. Well, that was nice during prep because I wasn't forced to run defog on Hydra, for example. Excuse me, but here I have a bunch of plays. I could go hard into Hydra, I could go into Licky, I could go into Keldeo, making an aggressive switch. I could Super Fang again, but I don't really want this thing to get too low because I still need a counter for Coco here. So I decided to make the switch into my Hydra, and this is a little where the crit on the Scald comes into play later. I'm not comes into play now because I'm at 23% after catching the Gyro Ball. Wasn't sure if we want to Gyro there, but definitely worked out for him. It was pretty much a no drawback play because he doesn't really have a mon that he could double into that like would appreciate another Super Fang or an Earth Power or something. So definitely get the play here. But the crit with the Scald from Slow King put me like at a spot at an amount of health where after the Gyro Ball I only have one switch into Rock Slap, which is unfortunate, which means like I just can't bring in my Hydra as often as I want to, and I probably have to save it for the late game here. I will click U-turn again. Consider clicking Crunch because Coco would get chipped down fairly quickly. With 2 crunches I think they would do up to 30, 35 maybe, but now I'm like I just U-turn out. He goes into Slow King, so had I clicked Crunch there, this would have been a dead Slow King, but that also would have given him a free setup potentially with Diancie. So I like the U-turn play more here as I go into guard. I think I switch out again here. Yeah, pulling down into Keldeo, just scouting again for an Iron Tail or Shadow. He goes for the Iron Tail and misses. This miss does not matter. This Iron Tail definitely would have bounced off. Yes, it would have given him like a little information on my HP investment, but Gypsy knows I'm running running max HP everything just like he does. So I don't think it's a big deal. But now I can just Toxic him, expecting him here to not go for a Psychic move because that would give my Hydreigon a free switch in, and it actually works out. I get the Toxic off. I know I lived the Side Shot anyway, as well as a Psychic, especially since he was not modest. It's good for me. Now I can just sub up here as he goes into Coco. I think I just go for a Scald here, just to get damage off. I want this Coco low so it can't set up terrain for Holucha. This goes for U-turn, doesn't break my sub, but like it doesn't give me any information on the set because even a banded U-turn would not have broken my sub. So not sure what kind of Coco that is, but if he's physical, it's good to know for sure. So I can just protect here and stall out this Slow King here. As my Scout does 7 to it, so it's definitely like invested into the depth, which definitely makes sense versus my squad. Like my strongest attackers are usually special attackers, and Slow King actually could have put in quite some work. But now he goes down to the Sky, and this like opens up my Gardevoir, opens up my Celesteela, it opens up my Licky quite nicely. So Coco comes in, and yeah, like I can just protect to get rid of the terrain and see what he wants to do. If he has a Z move, I can like get lefties back, and he only does like 25%. So this is clean. I go for protect as he Brave Birds me. I don't know why he Brave Bird is hard. Brave Bird actually has no chance of knocking me out from this range because I'm so bulky. But now I'm like, yeah, electric terrain is gone. I calculate I live with Wild Charge outside of terrain, even if it's max attack. Wild Charge I think would have done 90% max, and I'm at like 100% or 91%, and I'm at like 100 after left. So I decide to click Scald here as he tries to roost on my Nidoqueen Queen switch, but I don't let that happen. I crit him with the Scald, which is unfortunate because that potentially gives him one switch and less into rocks. Usually like the Scald would have done like around 50, now do 70, 69. unfortunate, but I don't think it will matter in the end game, and I'll tell you why later. But yeah, it's definitely unfortunate because health on Coco would be nice. He's kind of forced to Supersonic Sky Strike me here to knock me out. I didn't expect the Sky Strike. I should have clicked Protect, but I couldn't risk him roosting up again. He definitely could have played this game of roosting up because I think with the 69 crit, Scarlet was more like the mid 40 rolls, so he could have potentially like tried to roost up on me without without like getting burned and then like gaining some HP slowly. But his best play definitely was to attack here, and I kind of blanked on the Z move on Coco potentially because I was during prep I was so convinced that he could pack like the Z Madness for Middle Queen to kind of lure it, but he packed the Sky Strike, which definitely is a smart thing because some of my best Coco answers on the squad are Killer Dean and what's called the CGI, and Sky Strike just hits those two like really hard, puts them into another dimension. He can just like knock them out potentially with the Coco and beat them 1v1. So Kelly was down, but it did its job. Killed the Slow King. I don't really need it anymore because Sneasel is kind of checked by my guard and my Celesteela. Like doesn't do too much damage versus my squad, so I'm not too concerned. Anyway, I can go into my Noodle Queen here. I don't have like really another play. As he has the free U-turn out and can go into Bronze. I just fire up a Super Fang here in case you want to roost up, not roost up, but in case you want to go into anything else like a Nido, like the Diancie or something. But he definitely goes into Bronze on here as he sideways me on my Celesteela switching. I knew he would take this move. Like I knew he would have something on Zonger to potentially break a Celesteela sub because otherwise it could just sub seed stall the Zong. Obviously sideways is a guaranteed way of breaking my sub, but appreciate the damage. So had I gone into Hydra here on this turn, it would have been nice for me, but it definitely would have meant that my Hydra would be dead to rocks afterwards. So couldn't really go into Hydra here on this turn just to get rid of the Bronzong. I'm gonna click Leech Seed now. I see reveals a nice tag on this turn, really nice tag, and he goes for the heal block. So my Celeste can't get HP back, and like this is working out well for him because this puts Celesteela in a situation where it can't check Holucha as well anymore. So if he just attacks me here, I'm slowly getting in range of a +2 high jump kick. But I'm not too concerned. I'm not switching into this Bronzong with anything, like not trying to risk health on my Nido Queen, on my Licky, on my Hydra. I just try to beat this down here with the Leech Sheet, chip damage and Heavy Slam so that I can like potentially Healing Wish with God of War on whatever later. So go for the Heavy Slam here. I see Garbolt probably predicts me to switch out. Doesn't happen. Good for me. And now I can just Heavy Slam this thing and get a first kill with Celesteela here. So this is nice. Gets a defense boost and he brings in this Tapu Koko. And at this point in the match, like I'm looking clean. Like he could take this opportunity to roost up here, but like the Nido Queen switching is so obvious that he doesn't gain much by it because it gives me just a free Ice Beam or Earth Power on the next turn. And pretty much claim a kill because as soon as it comes in on Nido Queen, it like takes a million from Earth Power plus Rock. So definitely would have been a free Nido Queen. So I expected to attack me here, and I calculated into max attack, Jolly Wild Charge, into Raider versus a plus from Celesteela. It does 66% max. There are 4 rolls, I think. When I calculate 4 rolls that knock me out, and like I'm willing to take the chance here that Celesteela can lift the Wild Charge and knock out Coco because knocking out Coco means that he can't set up versus can't set up with Holucha if I kill him here and lift the Wild Charge because Holucha doesn't set up on Celesteela, which is nice. And if I like that like just takes away his terrain obviously, and it takes away one of his, or like the only counter left to my Celesteela, the only one that can knock me out if I Healing Wish it back up later. Yes, like Nido Queen was a very free play here, but I could have just risked it here and tried to put me in a position where I like have a better shot at winning. So I definitely go for the Heavy Slam here. I could protect it to guaranteed knock him, so guaranteed lift with a Wild Charge on the next turn. But the prospect of him going for Roost here is kind of annoying, and I don't want to risk that. So I decide, oh, I don't get left respect because I'm heal blocked. Yeah, I forgot that. So Protect wasn't the play. I decide to Heavy Slam here. He goes for the Wild Charge. Does not knock me out. Gypsy is like kind of known for not always running max attack in his mons. Like sometimes he's just confident with like 156 EVs, 100 EVs, whatever. Maybe even uninvested Coco could be a thing. I don't think it is, but usually Gypsy, just like myself, doesn't run max EV spreads on his mons because, other than max HP obviously, because he likes to put some EVs into both and like just live with the rolls that he gets. Like looking at his wild shot, it's 54%, so it's still 2 KO on +1 Celesteela, which could mean that he actually like designed this Coco to be 2 KO +1 Cell or something, but or like just to add neutral defense. It probably would have done like 87.5, which means it's an Oko after rocks. So like maybe this Coco wasn't max HP. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm able to click Heavy Slam here and knock out this Coco, which is nice. So now I get rid of his terrain user, which is really big for me. And Sneasel comes in, and now this game for me is about allowing him not to set up with a Lucha. It's like the only mon that can win for him now. And my Celesteela is at 9%. I look at the calcs, and Pursuit from Sneasel, if I stay in, does not Oko me, even if he's banded. Does not kill me from this range because I'm at +2 defense. Pursuit, if I stay in, does like 8%, and I'm at like 9.3 or 8.9, I don't know. But I'm out of range of a Pursuit if I stay in, and if he's banded. If he's not banded, and non-boosting item, I can potentially live switching out, but at this point, like, Celesteela is dead to rocks. I don't really expect him to go for a Pursuit. If he Pursuits on my switch out here, on my Nido Queen stack, that's a great play, and potentially can win in the game, actually, but I don't think Pursuit is his play. Like, he has just a free Isaac to Crash, which covers me switching out into Nido Queen, into Hydreigon, even into God of War, Licky, and it knocks out my Celesteela for sure. So, only play that I have here is go into Nido Queen, sack it to the Sneasel, which I live one Ice Crash on the switcher, which means I can get rid of one more turn of terrain. Then go into God of War, go for the Healing Wish, as he tries to probably get damage off with the Ice Crash. I live 2 Ice Crashes after rocks unless he's banded, so he has to flinch me twice. And then I can Healing Wish back up my Celesteela and pretty much win with this mon. So I decided to switch out. Gypsy does not click Pursuit, he clicks Ice Crash, and he actually misses, which is unfortunate. Like, I hexed him a little bit with the Skull Crit earlier on Coco. I dodged an Iron Tail, which prevents him from getting information on my Cal. And now he misses an Ice Crash, which means his Lucha doesn't, like, I burned one more turn of terrain here, as I dodged the Ice Crash. I don't think it really matters in the long run because I'm just sacking this Nido Queen here. I'm telling him to crash again because I'm going for rocks. I don't want this hex to decide how this match goes. I'm just gonna click rocks, and like, he really doesn't need the Unburden boost on Holucha unless he's like the super slow Holucha, which maybe like is outspeeded by Timid Guard or something, but I'm not Timid Guard, so I don't think he really needs the Unburden boost on his Holucha because my Celesteela packs the Air Slash anyway to knock this thing out. So he goes for the crash here. His eye rocks, as I said. Not like trying to take advantage. And now my only play here is to click Ice Beam. We talked about after this game, and he said like, yeah, if he had taken advantage of me going for rocks and said, nah, it's fine. Like, don't go for rocks. I just do what I do. I definitely would have stayed in an Ice Beam, not giving Holucha any free setup. Like, I can't do that. Ice Beam 2 KOs Holucha 100% after rocks, so I would have definitely spammed Ice Beam here had I not gone for rocks. There's no way I'm clicking Earth Power on the Sneasel to knock it out because this is the mon on which God of War can Healing Wish. So I'm not trying to kill the Sneasel at all. I'm trying to sack my Nido Queen here so that I either can Healing Wish with my God of War or like 2 KO the Holucha on the switch. And if he goes into Diancie, he goes into Diancie. I don't care. Um, I still like sack my thingy here, but he decides to knock me out here, not going into a lucha. Like Ice Beam was 100% my play. Now can go into God of War, which is still 100% thanks to the Trace Regenerator. And now, unless he flinches me twice, I can Healing Wish back on my Celesteela. So I Mega Evolve. He missed another Ice Crash. Doesn't matter because of Healing Wish. Like he needed to flinch me twice because I'm max defense, max HP. And this Sneasel with the damage on Little Queen showed that it's not banded, so definitely needed two Ice Crash flinches, which is like 9% chance to happen, so definitely in my favor for sure. But I can Healing Wish back up my Celestina. Now it's just like about me not shouting. Goes for the Ice Crash. I don't flinch, thankfully. Knock out this Sneasel, and now Holucha comes in. Like at this point, if terrain would have been up for one more turn, I would have clicked Protect on the Sneasel just to not give it its Unburden boost here. I don't think he would have pulled the hard switch into Holucha with one thingy left, because if I just attack him on the switch out into Holucha, he takes like 30 at +1 from Heavy Slam, and I can just Air Slash him next turn and pretty much knock it out because he's like kind of forced to attack. He can't really set up in my face unless he thinks I don't pack the Air Slash. So Holucha comes in. I don't think Unburden helped him here unless he needed to outspeed my Hydreigon later in the game, but as you will see, this Air Slash like puts it at 12%, and this following high jump kick, because I'm at 1.5 defense, will not knock me out. He can just Heavy Slam for the KO. Heavy Slam would have killed him here had he been at +1 defense anyway, and had he been at +1 defense and put me to Heavy Slam for like the safer play, I would have just like Air Slashed again, risking a miss on a potential roost. So Celestia choose the hit, and now like I'm in a super solid spot because my Hydreigon outspeeds Diancie, and he like can't go for a Rock Polish versus my Celesteela because I can just click Heavy Slam to knock it out. And I can just come in, click Earthquake, knock out the Diancie. If he's both the Diancie, I do up to 80%, which with Rocks Up puts him like at 6, with like Rocks Up puts him at like 6 point or 7.5%, which means my Lickily can definitely revenge split if he's able to knock out my thingy here. And he is only able to knock me out with an HP Fire actually, but he doesn't have it, doesn't reveal it, I don't know. Lift a Diamond Stone just to knock out the Mega Diancie. So Celesteela like coming in clutch, picking up 5 kills. And yeah, we start with a kind of surprising win, I would say, versus Gypsy in week 1 of the ITL. Very fun game. I think he played it fairly well. We discussed it a little bit that like I don't think like the misses with Sneasel mattered, because unless he like obviously flinched me, would have been unfortunate. Obviously the crit on Coco sucked because Coco like had some less chances to come into rocks, but I don't think that the Unburden boost on Holucha actually would have helped him, because like there was no point when English is hard today. No point in the match where he could have gone Holucha after the Coco sack, because I was in with my Celesteela, for example. Couldn't have set up with Holucha on that turn, so I would have like gotten the revenge kill with God of War if he went into his thingy there. So I'm not sure how much this hex mattered. Yes, having Coco around for a turn more or two definitely could have helped him, but obviously decided to stay in and attack my Celesteela, which would have resulted in death Coco anyway. So I'm not sure if it mattered in the grander scheme of things, but it definitely would have switched like the momentum slightly back in his favor. I would agree with that. Like he definitely would have had a better chance of winning this game had he like not get crit, had he hit all his moves. Obviously, like it's part of the game, it happens. I still think that I played it as best as I could to not allow Holucha free setup ever, which actually like was just the biggest threat on my team. And like Gypsy played it well too. Like he caught me with a nice heal block. Like it definitely was a super fun game in my opinion. Sadly, I hexed him a little, but as I said, I don't think it mattered too much. But definitely looking forward for a potential finals rematch versus my boy. and hopefully have a cleaner game then. But this is definitely was a fun start to the season. When I started prep, I didn't expect to win because my matchup versus Holucha is so annoying. Like I need to preserve health on Celesteela to do it, to beat it. I need rocks not to be not be up for Guardwalk to true a hit. I can't ever lock myself into crunch because it gives him a free SD. So like there were a lot of moments in the game where I had to like really make the correct plays to not give Holucha a free setup. I never went into Licky Licky because I was afraid of a hard switch into Holucha and like a free SD on his part. Yes, I could have been like Chopper counter or something, but who knows. But yeah, GG to Gypsy. Always a pleasure facing the king, and I'm glad I escaped with a nice win here in week 1. Week 2, we are facing my boy Tyler, aka Phantom Base, and his New York Cosmox. Our first divisional matchup for me. Definitely looking forward for a win. 3 of my transactions will be active for week 2, so I don't have God of War Calio anymore. I've got Aerodactyl and Fable over them, as well as Mamoswine over Araquanid, so should be fun, but we'll see how it goes. Again, GG Gypsy, go check out his channel if you aren't subbed to him already, which I think you are. But anyway, if you enjoyed, leave a like in the comment, and I catch you in the next video. See ya!